anybody make sense of this?
Wait, okay, let me get there. So it's 80 cents times 20. Wait.
$16, I think.
That's what I got.
Around there.
I got like 17
But
something.
then we sell them at 20 each. So
Then it's like $3 profit in 8x10.
no, way more than that.
It's way more?
Yeah, it's 17 for 50 of them.
Oh.
No, I think we used 100 before. I don't fucking
Wait,
know.
no, yes, we did use 100 because then it was 20 times 100 and we were trying to get to 2,000.
Oh yeah, okay. So if we buy 100 of them at 87 cents each, that's $8.07, right?
Yeah.
Or no, is it $87?
Wait.
I just want to know what you're calling this math.
100
Steiner
times
math.
8, it's $87.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. Get a calculator. That's what.
All right, we'll get a calculator, everybody. All right, bye.
We gotta fix that up. We gotta fix that up. I like this.
They're Gucci.
Take off your glasses.
I can't see. I can't see.
I don't care if you can see. You're gonna see now. Take them off.
All right, hold on.
I'll hold your mic. I'll hold your mic. Yeah. Put those away. Put that on. Put that on. Look at that. Look how great he looks. Look at that. All in one dick.
I think they're a little small.
A little small. How big is your head? Jesus.
I'm big all. Never mind. Michael Payne, everybody.
Proper dick. All in one dick. All in one.
We'll talk after, too.
We definitely will talk after.
Make sure you follow Michael Payne. All right, I'm hanging out with my pal Tommy Rant right here. What's up? Now, I heard a little rumor from Strictly Business, Brandon Beretta, that you snore.
What?
That's what he told me.
First off, if that bus is paying attention to me while I'm sleeping, that ain't strictly business. That's strictly weird.
That is kind of weird, right?
I ain't about that. Where'd you hear that from him? Her?
From him.
Her. Yeah. Listen, Buster. Listen, Chooch. You got my number. You know the time. Slime time.
Careful, Brandon Beretta is really good at suplexing big fat asses, so he might get you back, but you've been losing weight, so.
You look great.
Yeah. I guess so.
All right, thank you, Tommy Red and Slimeball Sage over there.
Trained me, shown me guidance, are on these walls, and it feels bizarre and surreal to be joining them.
He's a good guy. He's an outright kind of guy. But listen, we got Slimeball City tickets.
I'm Cora, and I am your winner of this. I like it, Dark Papa Dick. You don't? Are you scared of the Dark Papa Dick?
It's great. It's great. I can't wait.
Honestly, the first and realistically the only. I'm doing great. How are you?
We just did steal it last time, but it's in safe hands. My son is watching it.
Are you positive?
Yeah, my son is watching.
Look at me! I'm a physical specimen.
Very spicy, very spicy.
You got the dirt type of
I wish.
I literally love conventions. Like when
I'm gonna try to get through her. That's my motivation today.
I wish I could.
Come in soon. You can check her out on Monster Slam. Welcome to Beyond the Barricade. I am your host, Papa Dank, and today I have two very special guests. One is an actual WWE legend referee. Well, you know, I'm a fan. Let me bring to you the one and only Big Kaz.
Hey,
Right
hey, Papa Dank, how are you?
What's up, brother? How are you? And the one, the only
Absolutely.
Mike Chioda.
Yeah, what's happening? How you doing, boys? What's happening, man? How are you? How you doing, Kaz?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
All right, brother. Good. What's happening?
Welcome to the show. Let's
Thanks
start
for
off.
having me.
Hey, man, thank you for coming on. Let us go over that big main event coming up at KBP Saturday.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Giorgio Lawrence versus Big Kaz for that KBP World Heavyweight Championship. And it's a match so big, they had to get Mike Chioda to come referee.
That's right, brother. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. You know, obviously, Big Kaz got in touch with me, but I'm gonna have to call this some bitch right down the middle, man. So I'm looking forward to calling a fair match, man. So I heard it's a big rivalry and stuff like that. So I figured, I was making a trip into the Northeast to come take care of this match and take advantage of coming back to the Northeast for a little bit. It's been a long time since I've been in the Long Island area, so I'm ready to come back, do a match, and have some fun.
Awesome. Make sure you bring your coat.
Yeah,
It's a little cold right now.
I know, right? Well, the weather is kind of frightening around Christmas time, right?
Yeah,
Right.
no, it's been
That's
bitter. It's been very
Yeah,
bitter.
yeah, I'm hearing it's been bitter.
Yeah, it
So,
hasn't been nice to us.
It's
that's
been bid 100%. Now, before we get into this match, Cause, I want to ask Mike. I mean, this weekend also coming up is over here in Long Island, ironically, Saturday night's main event. What are your thoughts on Saturday night's main event coming back?
Yeah, I mean, I like it, man. We used to do that, and I think Saturday Night Main Event had a huge impact on NBC and all that stuff. So, I mean, there was a lot of things that happened on Saturday Night Event, even with the Hogan switch, with Earl Hebner and Dave Hebner's deal and
Right.
stuff like that. So, doing the Saturday Night Main Event was huge for me, and it was used for the company, with Dick Ebersol back then and all that stuff, working with Vince on that and stuff. So, yeah, I think I like it. I mean, I like it a lot. Saturday Main Event more than um, any other pay-per-views or weekend shows or whatever like that. That
Right.
definitely one. I think that will draw huge on Saturday. Huge.
100%, but not enough to take away from KBP, right, Cause?
Oh, absolutely not. No, Papa Dank, KP, this is the show.
This is the show.
This is
That's
the show
right.
to be at.
This
You
is
know,
the one, right?
This is the big one. Now,
I mean, go ahead. Sorry.
go ahead. Before the match, though, we're going to have that championship reveal ceremony with the general manager, Mike Cause, your brother, who I thought was just like you.
Yeah.
No reason. Talking about the Hebner switch, I was like,
Yeah, right.
That's definitely a compliment to him. So it's going to be a champion. KBP coming back. It's gonna be great. And with that, introducing 4 different championships. So it would be the KBP World Heavyweight Belt, which is me and Giorgio Lawrence going at it for. Then you got the KBP Pitbull Championship, which will be fought between Pretty Poppy and A1G. And A1G is definitely a huge fan favorite, I think, that one. So that's going to be a great match. Then you got the Women's Championship, which will be fought between Dolly Darko and Ellie Valentine. That should be a great match. They have gone at it before. They have definitely had some bitter rivalries before, so I think that should be a great match for the Women's Championship. And then you got the Tag Team Championship, which will be fought between Jasper Newton and Jorge Labastia, which is a very random mix, versus Dirty Deeds being managed by Uncle Billy. So.
Billy.
So 4 championships being introduced that night, and of course, who else but the general manager of the show should be the one to make that special reveal to the crowd. Mike Cause, there he is. Yep,
there he is, Mike Cause.
I like that Dirty Deeds.
Yeah,
Dirty Deeds. That's right. They just won Trios Gold at.
They're great. Yeah, they're great.
They just won Trios Gold at NYWC, right?
They did. They just won back in a couple weeks ago at NYWC. They won the Trios Championship, and they won it with Uncle Billy. And Uncle Billy is a legend in this business.
There he is in the corner.
Uncle Billy, he is a legend. But he's going against some of the greatest, and he helped them win the Trios Championship. So now he's going to be helping out his boys, and looking out, watching their back as they're going against Jorge and Jasper Newton. So, it's going to be great, which that is just such a random mixed tag team, and,
right.
Hey, they're going, I guess they know champions, get a bonus. I don't know. So doing whatever they can, So.
Not for nothing, but on the Long Island Northeast scene, you seem to get a lot of same type of things over and over again. So we need some randomness thrown in there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right, Mike?
I like it, brother. Hey, I'm looking forward to getting a nice Long Island sub, man, from a nice deli or somewhere else.
Oh yeah, Mike, we'll take care of you, man. We'll hook you up. Yeah, we'll make sure of that.
Not pizza from New York?
Oh, pizza too, bro. I'll be going to Jersey too, and then coming back over to New York I'll get plenty of pizza while I'm here. So, but
awesome.
It's not too bad in Tampa right now. We got so many New Yorkers in Jersey, Philly over here, man. They're opening up their pizza shops, and we're actually making pretty good pizza. So I don't feel too bad. It's not like I was in Texas for a while, man. I couldn't get any good fucking pizza, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, so looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to getting some squingy salad and all that on the Northeast.
Good.
Maybe going to Carmine's and stuff. But really looking forward to doing this match, man, and kicking it out with you guys, man. It'll be cool. And we're doing a signing, right? Doing a signing from 4 to 6, right?
Yes, we are. We're doing an autograph signing, a meet and greet 4 to 6. You could get a
Nice.
photo with Mr. Chioda, or you can get an autograph, or both. So it'll be a 24 an autograph, 24 photo, and 30 for the combo. So you save $10 there if you get the combo. So you'll be able to get a photo op with Mike.
Sweet.
And an autograph, and of course, Mike, you're bringing some merchandise to sell too, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So
you talk about the merch.
Yeah.
What you're bringing?
Yeah, I got some shirts, man. Some, the ref of my childhood that came up with that because everybody was just like, "Hey, man, like you're the ref of my childhood," and I'm like, my wife's like, I've heard that a million times. You got to make a shirt or something. So I had JD Hoop, man, make me up some stuff. He does Cody Rhodes and stuff, and a lot of the talent in AEW and WWE and stuff. So he's made me some shirts, third man in the ring stuff, and finally got my action figures in a few months ago. So my first ever action figure, it's a retro one with the bow tie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the mullet. So they're coming out of the series too soon too. So, but yeah,
I need an action figure. Where can I get one?
At KBP.
At KBP. Saturday night. That's
Saturday
right.
night, KBP, NYWC
Yeah,
Sportatorium. We will have them ones that Mike will be bringing them to be able to buy, and you can get them autographed right there from 4 to 6 p.m. before doors open.
That's
true.
true.
Man.
But
I wish I could make it, but unfortunately I gotta work. I can't make it.
Yeah,
Papa
I
Dank.
know. Figure collections.com came out with them. They did a great job.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna get mine there then.
they did a pretty good job on it, man. I was impressed, man. So them guys really, I appreciate it. Like they had a lot of faith in me. We did really good on the pre-sales and stuff like that. And they wanted to do a series 2, and one with the the black and white stripe with the raw colors and the raw patches, the MC raw patches and the name on the back, and then they want to do one with the SmackDown colors and stuff like that.
Wow.
SmackDown blue, so it's pretty cool. So hopefully we'll be finished with 3 or 4 series when it's all over with. So it's cool.
That's awesome. All right, now I'm gonna ask Big Kaz over there. How did he fall in love with professional wrestling? Right?
Say that again.
How did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
Oh wow. You know what's funny? I actually remember the you want to hear a funny story? I remember the very first Monday Night Raw I ever watched. Like the first time I ever actually watched wrestling that hooked me. And I could actually quickly tell you it was I remember I was so young, and I went out, and I remember my mom and my brother were out of the house, and my dad was watching Raw, and I walked out. I think I was like 3 or 4, maybe like 4 years old at the time, and I sat down on the couch, and it was the episode where Vince was in the hospital, and Stone Cold was the doctor, and Mankind came in with the crown, and this thing, and then that's what they introduced Mr. Sacco. And I was like a 4-year-old. I think I was dying laughing at it. And then I couldn't wait to watch the following week. So ever since that episode of Monday Night Raw, I have been a huge wrestling fan.
Wow. Since you were 4, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Since 4 years old. Yeah, because that was in about 97, right? That was
I remember that episode. I think.
So I was about 3-4 years old. 97, I was about 3-4 years old at that point. So yeah, that was the first time I ever watched it. I was just sitting on the couch watching it with my dad, and laughed so hard at it, and I couldn't wait to watch again the next week, and I just became the biggest wrestling fan.
Damn, so you started watching it when the screw job that year, 97, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Mike, how did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
Well, actually, I didn't fall in love right away. It was a kind of like in a kind of respect thing, and a kind of like a very curious thing how wrestling was. When I was a teenager, I actually met Abdullah the Butcher for the first time in WrestleCade in North Carolina this past weekend. So I'll try and sum this up quick, but like I love baseball. So I played baseball a lot when I was a teenager, and like 13, 14 years old, we were in a baseball camp down south in Georgia. And they took us to wrestling, the Omni. It was my first match, Abdullah the Butcher, right? Seeing them all bloody, and I remember it was like the crowd was going nuts, man. I was like, holy shit, this is badass. This is a big dude. He's bleeding all over the place.
Right.
And he goes over, he wins that night, of course, and so some years I grew up in New Jersey. So I was born in Bayonne, New Jersey. And like in 74, when I was like 8, we moved over to Cherry Hill in Willingboro, New Jersey. And I grew up with Gorilla Monsoon's family. So I grew up with Joey Morella, Valerie, and stuff. And so, I was about 14. We used to hang out because we lived in the same town in South Jersey. And that, we all like knew each other. Tony Chimmel and Kevin Means, Tony Chimmel and Joey and stuff. We all hung out. And I started doing wrestling when I was like 15 years old, 16. I would go out and set up the rings and stuff in local towns like the Jersey Shore, Salisbury, Maryland, Spectrum, all these other places at Gorilla Monsoon. He had his own little territory from Vince Sr. And then, man, I would make $50 ring, $50 on the ropes, $50 timekeeping, $50 playing music, doing a couple other little jobs, and then I'd sell programs. So, Gorilla was like, hey, you got to sell some programs. I was like, oh, wow. I'm like, wow, man, all right. I was like, kind of this shits, right? So I'm like, how much? He's like, they're $1 a piece. You make 10 cents off the dollar. So when I was at the Jersey Shore in Wildwood in the summer times, I would do this in the summer times on the weekends, and stuff like that. So I'd go out and sell programs, and I'd sell fucking 3,000 programs on the fucking boardwalk, even though the venue held like 1,500 people with Andre there, Tony Gurria, Rick Martel, and all the guys, and Big John Studd. And they used to do these shows every Monday, and down the shore and then the Spectrum and so many places. I used to make $500 a night, $300 selling programs. When it's 10 cents off the dollar, you sell 3,000 programs, you make $300. You sell 2,000 programs, you make $200 plus your ring crew stuff and everything you did during the show. So I got hooked, man. I had like 4 cars by the time I was 17. 71 Fastback Mustang, Mach 1, 302 Boss, 79 Camaro. I had a Z28 Datsun. I had a fucking Firebird Formula, 78 350. So I was making good money. Fucking old man thought I was dealing drugs because I had all these 20 rolled up top. I remember he calls Gorilla because he knew Gorilla too. So he calls Gorilla. They thought I was dealing drugs. He said, "My son working for you?" So he said, "Yeah, he hustles. He makes. He's a hard worker." Da da da. So I was hooked, man, at the money. And I was intrigued too, like and curious. I was like, what the fuck? You're looking at these guys like Andre the Giant, Big John Studd. Right. It was like looking at a fucking circus, and the way they used to get the crowd and the people. Then I stopped for a little while. I was a machinist for a couple of years in school and all that. And then I started back up in 18. I asked Gorilla because my dad got sick, so I went back into the business, asked Gorilla for a job, and then he got me hooked up. Him and Joey got me hooked up back on the ring crew. Like 85, 86 almost. And then 87, I became a referee. Chief Jay Strombo and Jack Lanza and a bunch of guys, and Gorilla made me a referee. Joey trained me. And then it just went on from there, man. I made my debut on TV in 89. I did ring crew for like 23 years and refed, and I worked for the company for 35 years. So, and it just took off, man. It was just the traveling. And, the more I got into wrestling, the more I was like, wow. I was just like, what the fuck? This is awesome. Getting to travel around the world, go all over the country, driving trucks, And it's just been fascinating, man. I mean, I traveled over 50 different countries, a lot of them over and over and over, all throughout, all over the United States, all over Canada. So it was just a hell of a run, man. It was just, it's nothing I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to play professional baseball, but that kind of fell through the tube. So. But it just went on from there.
That's awesome, man. That's a great story.
Yeah.
I think me and Kaz are like enthralled right now.
I'm hanging on his every word.
Me too.
And I was about to say the same thing. I'm like, I don't know how Papa Dank feels, but I'm so honored just to be sitting in the room right now.
Me too.
Story, Wow, That wow, just just first of all the name drops. Okay.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
off, Mike.
I mean,
Yeah.
you do. I mean, you get
That's
hooked.
amazing.
I mean, I got hooked with wrestling and stuff, man. I did because and I never was hooked in the beginning, but when I was hooked more on the money, that the money could be made there and stuff like that,
Right,
and that's we're talking back in the early '80s too,
right.
so in '84 I was 17, so I mean, I was already working. I went back full time. It's just been a great experience, man. So I just got hooked. I mean, seeing all these wrestlers and what they do is
Hmm.
just phenomenal, and I wanted to be a part of it, but Gorillas they said, hey, do you want to be a referee, Chief J? I said, yeah, because Joey was refereeing. I know Joey had done the Andre the Giant fucking Hogan match. He had done some big matches, and then like when I did my debut on TV in '89, it was like, wow, what the fuck? I'm on TV now. I'm like,
Right.
it was like, holy shit, and like, and then there were people like, oh my God, you're such a TV star now, my family. And I'm like, no, I'm still me. I just fucking got a different job. I'm just doing something fucking different, but
Right.
I like to do it. And like in '92, man, my first biggest show that I actually ref was SummerSlam. So in Wembley Stadium in London. So I
Wow.
refereed a couple matches, did the crew there because we were starting to go to Europe in the late '80s and stuff, and that's when we did the big SummerSlam in London. So yeah, and just getting 82,000 people with Bret the Hitman Hart and Bulldog, the British Bulldog, that was phenomenal. Joey did that match, of course.
I remember watching that as a kid.
Yeah, it was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, it was like 40,000
Wow.
people just blowing horns, going
Right.
Bulldog, and then the other crowd, bang, and a Bret Hart, the Hitman. It was phenomenal, man. It was great. So, and it kind of took off in there. And when I started hitting WrestleManias, and you get to the pay dirt every year, hitting WrestleMania was like our Super Bowl, So,
Yeah.
so it was a phenomenal ride, that's for sure.
100%. Now, what was your best match that you ref that's the most memorable to you?
Yeah, that's a good question, Papa. There's a lot of matches.
I'm sure there's a ton of matches. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just like of course, like the Rock and Hogan. He had a Rock and Hogan was definitely okay, icon against icon. It wasn't the last match of the night. They thought they didn't know what to expect, and it kind of didn't put it on the last match of the night, and it just fucking the crowd was just. I had chills, man. I mean, at that time in 2002, I'm in the business 17 years. At that
Right.
time, like I marked the fuck out. I marked
Right.
out.
Shit.
No, you got
I can mark it out. What are you?
I mean, I was fucking marking, bro. 68,000 people at the Dome in Toronto just made it seem like there was 150,000.
Right.
It was so loud, man. You couldn't even hear yourself thinking on the shove off. I mean, just on the entrance and then the stare down and everything else was phenomenal. And going into that match, okay, we knew it was going to be a high flying match coming off the top rope or nothing like that. Rock didn't work like that. Hogan never worked like that.
Right.
But everything the old school shove off and push off tackle and everything, is just fucking they just ate it up, man. They just loved it. And I just think that Toronto, like Canadians too, are very dedicated fans. It's like hockey and wrestling, and
Right.
they just didn't forget Hulk Hogan when he came out for all those years that they've been watching him at the time in the past 20 years,
Yeah.
and I think they just gave him the mad respect, and he was in great shape. I mean, he's 50, 51 at that time. I was probably like 38 at that time. I mean, he was in
Yeah,
great
he was
shape.
in amazing shape. Yeah.
And then like, for certain reasons, yeah, that match is one top on my list, but there's so many other like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns with Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank. There's Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. A lot of Shane McMahon matches I did. I really enjoyed working with and for Shane McMahon, man. I've always did his matches. He always looked upon me to do his matches. The one with AJ Styles and him in WrestleMania 2 as well. The one with Kurt Angle was I think it was King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar in Seattle WrestleMania. That's one of my top matches there. Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels in Boston Garden. WrestleMania there. That's one of my. When Mike Tyson is the enforcer. The ring collapse in that moment with Brock Lesnar's Big Show is always rings a bell to me.
Right.
First time it's ever done. Just there's a lot more matches. Just goes on for certain reasons.
The list goes on and on.
Yeah, Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, Benoit and Kurt. It was just so many fucking badass matches I enjoyed from, and every talent worked different and did different things. And John Cena and The Rock match at WrestleMania I did, the first one. It just, for all the different talent reasons and for the, it's hard to really put the number one match up there,
Okay.
But because I don't want to ever take away from all the other matches I did.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine Kurt Angle, some of the guys that was.
I'd be like, wait a minute,
what about
your ball's gonna go off. What are you talking about?
Imagine Brock Lesnar and Roman go, what the fuck did he say?
He's going through old matches. He's listing every single one off, and at the end of it, he says, "You can't pick a favorite." Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think.
I don't blame you. I don't.
Yeah, you
think
can't
I
pick a
would
favorite.
either.
But I'm signing stuff. It's funny.
I pick a favorite. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. It's hard, really. I mean, it's
Those
funny
were-
because like
What a hell of a resume, right, Papa Dan? Damn.
Yeah, the fans will be like, I'll be signing the 8x10s. I got a lot of 8x10s from all these different matches, and they'll go, oh, okay, well, let me get this one. Let me get that one. And I'll be like, all right. And I'll be like, oh, shoot, what WrestleMania? Oh, that was WrestleMania 31. That was, like, knows everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, that was WrestleMania 23. It was like with John Cena and Shawn Michaels. I did that one there. It's just, there's so many awesome matches, like even like Cena and I remember Sean, we went down, we were in London, at the O2 Arena, and we had an hour marathon match. And I remember we were tired. It was fucking near the end of the tour, and fucking Cena, we were getting off the bus in the morning, getting ready to go in the venue in the O2 Arena. And he goes, hey, Chioda. I was like, yeah, what's up? He goes, be ready for a fucking long one. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we got an hour marathon. I'm like, who? He's like, me, Sean, and you. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But that was one of my favorite matches of all time. It was like the best out of three, So that was one of my favorite matches. And it wasn't even a Mania match. It was like I think a Raw match or a taping or something like that,
Yeah. Wow. All right. Robert has a question. Did you ever meet Dusty?
The Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was about to say, you gotta have met Dusty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember Dusty I used to work with him. I used to do his matches and stuff back in the day. Oh yeah.
What was your best memory with Dusty?
Just working in the ring, how he and
the ring
backstage making you laugh and just so funny and so always high spirited. Just always had a smile, always making somebody else laugh too, And I mean, he'd say some really cool shit. Just always like his verbiage was always the best, So yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I used to hang out with Dustin and Cody back in the day a lot. So I mean, but yeah, Dusty, yeah, great guy. God bless him.
God bless Dusty, 100%.
That's the truth.
All right, let's talk more game. I know we could talk probably for hours with Michael. Hours. I want to talk about this ladies match real quick. Ellie Valentine versus Dolly Darko. I mean, what are your thoughts about this match, Kaz?
It's interesting. Ellie Valentine. I know Dolly Darko well. I know her very well. She's not so nice, She's but you know what?
Crazy.
She's athletically, she's great. She's great with her, mixed martial arts or kickboxing. She has that advantage. She has a background in, I don't know exactly the one. I don't want to do it because then if I offend her, she's going to hurt me. So I don't, I don't want to. I don't know exactly
she might hurt
what she's mastered in exactly, but she's done all kinds of forms of mixed martial arts types of things, and she's got a hell of a background to her. And so I don't know Ellie Valentine too well. She is actually coming all the way from Boston just to go for the KBP Women's Championship. So this definitely must mean a lot to her. I think that's awesome, and I think it's going to be a great match. These two have gone at it before. They've had some serious bouts in the ring before together, so I think they're going to have a great match.
That's awesome. Now let's talk about A1G Yacht
Oh, yeah,
against Pretty
yeah,
Poppy. Now,
yeah.
Pretty Poppy said some 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 remarks about A1G.
Did you hear that? You
Yeah,
saw
I
that?
saw that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty
So
confident. He's gonna beat him.
yeah, oh, the balls on him.
I
I watched
know.
that promo. I
Fucking balls
watched
on this
it.
guy.
I watch it, and he's just, and I don't even know he's even been to New York. He's from Connecticut, and he's coming to New York, and he's saying how he's just going to come in and make A1G tap and all, and I'm just like, you got some nerve, you're coming to A1G's home, but A1G responded. A1G had some words back, and let him know, you know,
He
you
did.
can't make A1G tap, and there's only two things you could do about it: nothing and like it, and that was A1G's message. And if you want my opinion, who's going to win? Oh, top tier, baby, A1G.
A1G.
There's
Yeah,
no question. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, what's his Pitbull title look like?
Yeah. What does the Pitbull title look like?
Me and my brother are the only ones who've seen the title so far.
Oh, come on.
They actually just came in the other day. Let me tell you something. All the belts are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful.
Great.
I really got to admit that. I'm not even just saying that, because they're all, but they really are. They are beautiful belts. But that
Great.
Pitbull Championship is very, very special. It's a
Cool.
gorgeous looking belt, and it really represents being the toughest of the tough.
Sweet.
Because when you think of a Pitbull, what do you think of? Tough.
Yeah, I'm interested. I want to see this, man.
Yeah.
I
You're gonna see.
I'm a belt guy as well, so I definitely want to see these belts. So
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta wait till the show.
gotta wait till the show. Gotta get your tickets. KBP this Saturday.
Saturday night, you got to come down, and if you come, you will see all the belts because all these championships will be crowned for the very first time for KBP.
Nice.
These will be the first ever champions of the company. All being crowned.
Sweet.
And I mean,
Sweet.
not for nothing, too, Papa Dank. But then the other matches, there's 3 other matches, and they're number 1 contender matches.
There you
You
go.
have J Red versus Ziggy Danger versus Dante Storm for the number 1 contenders for the Pitbull Championship. So whoever wins that match will be facing either A1G or Pretty Poppy on March 22nd, which will be the next KBP show, by the way.
Okay.
So whoever wins in this match will be fighting them. And then, of course, either Satanta Fury, who will be managed by the little rat thing, Lawrence St. John. He'll be going against Young Boy, who, I mean, listen, whoever wins this is going to be facing me for the World Heavyweight Championship because I am going to be Georgia Lawrence for it. So if you want my opinion, who do I want to fight? I'd rather fight Young Boy. I think Young Boy's a great talent. I've seen him wrestle. He's very clean. He's right down the middle. Nothing cheap. Nothing like that. So I think he'd be a really fun opponent to fight. Really, give me a challenge. But to be honest, no matter which one of them wins, I know I could beat him. I think they'll give me a great run for my money. I'm not taking anything away from either one of them. They're both of them tough competitors. But come March 22nd, I'll be facing them, and I'm really not worried about either one of them though.
All right.
And then of course you have the number 1 contenders match
contendership
for the tag team championship, which will be Aaron Christensen, excuse me, is teaming up with FBI CJ Bambino. Being managed by his cousin Nicky Primo, and they're going against Joe Trash from WWX out in Brooklyn. The Bronx, and Kay Blazer. I think that's they're going to be a great team. I've seen Joe Trash. I've worked with Blazer before. He's a great talent. Joe Trash, I worked with him once. He's phenomenal, and I think if there's anyone who's going to give the legendary CJ Bambino. And how legendary he is. If anyone's going to give CJ Bambino a run for his money, I definitely think it's going to be Joe Trash and Keith Blazer. Really.
Wow. Now I got a problem with CJ Bambino because he wants to come after my championship, the 22 YouTube Heavyweight Championship.
I'm not saying I like the guy.
That's a nice one, right, Mike?
It is
I'm
nice.
not saying
I
like the guy. Obviously, I'm going for Joe Trash and Blazer. I'm not saying I like him, but I do have to respect his legendary status in pro wrestling. He's done. He's got a hell of a career to him. So I gotta respect that. Just to respect the business in general.
Yeah,
but
Papa Dank, man, you got
personally, no, I wouldn't have him sit at the dinner table.
You got to worry about Matt Cardona coming from you for that title.
I know. Look at that thing. That thing's beautiful, right? Look at that.
I like it.
I took my title to the beach on a nice romantic date, like in the summer. Like I take care of her.
That's it. I see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And of course, whoever wins with that will be facing either Dirty Deeds or Jasper and Jorge on the March 22nd show as well.
All right, man. KBP, man. We're gonna talk about that heavyweight championship, but I just gotta ask Mike, what is the best? I'm a huge Andre the Giant fan. I freaking love Andre the Giant. Oh, yeah. What is your best story with him?
I'd love to hear that.
Man, brother, God, how I've seen him probably drink just about every one of the talent or boys under the table, man, back in the day. Just a great guy, played cards. This one classic story I always told. What was I? I think I was about 17, 18 or something like that, 17. I remember I was working down the shore. I think it was Wildwood, New Jersey at the convention. And he asked me, he said, hey, give me some alcohol. He's playing cards with Arnie Skolin, and I'm like, sorry, boss. Sorry, Andre. I'm sorry, boss. I can't get alcohol. I can't, like just looks at me, And when he fucking sat down, he was even like kind of taller than me, sitting down when I'm fucking standing. And Arnie looks at me and he's got his cigar. He's looking, he's like, and Arnie used to always take care of me with extra money because I used to hustle. And I remember Paul Roma or some of the guys, Jimmy Powers or Paul Roma, somebody, they're like, Chioda or Steve Lombardi. He was like, hey, you can't fucking tell the boss. You can't tell Andre. No, you can't tell him. No. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not old enough to get fucking alcohol. What do you want me to do? This is fucking New Jersey, man. I'm like, He was like, what would you do fucking if you got alcohol before? Like, when you're in fucking high school, like you are. I'm like, well, I just stood on the fucking by the door on the side and give somebody money and ask them to get me a case of beer or something, And fucking man. So I was like, fuck it. I said, okay, boss, I'll do it, So then he gives me this difficult French wine to get, He drinks this specific French fucking wine in a bottle of vodka. And he would drink this before he get in the ring, bro. He would drink maybe 1 or 2 bottles of wine and a bottle of vodka or so before he get in the ring. He was always last in the night. He'd sit there and play cards. And so I was like, fuck, he gives me $100 bill and then fucking, I'm sitting out there fucking, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, if I get fucking robbed, man, if I get fucking ripped off this $100 bill, I'm fucking up Shit's Creek. I go back to Andre, who's 7 fucking foot 4, 500 and something pounds. And I'm like, I ain't got your money. I ain't got you. So I did, man. Some dude did go in there and he took like fucking 30 minutes. And I'm looking around to see if there's another door he came out or I'm stressing my fucking ass off. Long story short, he comes out and he goes, man, it was hard to find that fucking French wine. I got it though, I think. So I gave him like $20 to get it. I think he got a case of Lonebrow, whatever it was back then. I think Lonebrow he got. And that's an old school beer. And then I come back and I'm straight, right? I give him give him his change. I said, I gave the guy 20 to get it for me, blah, blah, and he gives me a 50. And I was like, holy shit. And I'm like, okay, boss, whenever you fucking need anything. I said, no problem. I'm like, fuck yeah, like a $50 tip is a fucking lot,
That's a lot of money, especially back in that day, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. Him and Arnie. Like Arnie was the bank because he was the agent that used to pay everybody. He had the big suitcase, the hollow burn full of money. He'd pay extra, he'd pay you for everything you did. And Andre and him, they always used to, like in Gorilla too, they always carried a wad, man. Maybe about roughly no less than 10 grand on them at all times. At least 5 to 10 grand they'd always have in their pockets. Old school.
That's awesome,
So
man.
it's one of my
I had to
favorite.
ask the Andre story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
one of my
I'm
favorite
glad
one,
you did.
Andre. Yeah.
All right, Kaz, do you have any questions for Mike while we have him on?
Oh, I got a million though.
All right,
What can
pick one of the million.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord. Uh,
I could keep
Mike,
going if you want.
what?
I could keep going if you don't
Yeah, go
can't think of
ahead. Yeah,
anything.
I mean, I can think of. I mean, where do you start? It's
We'll
just
just
you
hold
know,
him for Saturday.
Hold
all
him for
right,
yeah. You're
all
gonna
right.
see him on Saturday. You won't see me
Actually,
Saturday,
there's
but
something I
All
always
right.
wanted to know, and Mike could actually answer this. What's it like to team with The Rock? What's it like? That's a good
yeah,
question.
It was great. Me and The Rock were good friends, and I mean, I always appreciate and have me do his matches, a lot of his matches, So, yeah, it was great, man. Just great working with The Rock and all that stuff all the time. I mean, it's even fascinating to like work with so many guys back then and to see where they are now. Now in
yeah,
their career is they're even at a whole different fucking level. I mean, look at him and that's this guy came into business $1 to his name, and he just he worked hard, man, and he achieved and he achieved so much. It's just he put this whole business, and when he came back just recently, he's just taken the business to a whole another level, and look at the great shape he's in. It's like holy shit.
yeah.
So yeah, amazing, man. It was phenomenal working with him, man. Phenomenal,
Papa
great
Day.
meetings.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
No, no. Please finish your story. No, please.
No, I'm saying it was phenomenal. It was great to work with him and for him, man. For all those years.
That's awesome.
It was
All right,
phenomenal.
what were you gonna say, Kaz?
Mike, I just ask him one more question.
Sure. And then I got another question that's kind
All
of
right.
like a current thing
Yeah,
happening right now. But go
I would
ahead.
actually love to ask, and this is a little more, as a, as a someone who's training and as a pro wrestler, and I work under my mentor, the legendary Dickie Rods, and
Mhm.
as for me and my fellow brothers in the ring, um, you know, a legend like yourself who's been to every promotion, has worked everything out there.
Right.
What is it that you would give advice to aspiring wrestlers like myself, aspiring referees like the ones I'm sure you meet in all different
Yeah,
promotions?
Yeah.
it's a great question.
What are promotions looking for in us? What can we do? What should we be aspiring for? What should we be looking for,
Yeah.
going for? What are
Right.
they looking for from us? How do we get into WWE, AEW, TNA? How do we get into these places for me and my fellow brothers in the ring?
Right.
What would your advice to us be? If
Well,
Papa, thank you, don't mind me asking a little bit of a
No,
selfish.
I
no,
think that's a
no,
great question.
it is a great question. I mean, hard work is going to get you there. Hard work, um, selling promos are important.
Mm,
If you got the stick and you can entertain those people, I've seen so many guys with so many great builds and great this and like the Lashleys. I'm talking about when he first came to WWE, and so many other guys. They just didn't have the fucking charisma. They didn't. That's what Vince and all the guys and Hunter and everybody said. Just don't have the charisma. They don't
No
have
charisma.
they're not entertaining. They're not.
Right.
They want guys to be just like entertaining, being able to cut promos. Promos is used to speak on the mic. The only guy that gets away with that is Brock Lesnar. So that's where Paulie comes in. He's got the
Right.
best. He's got the best stick, in the business. So he's the best at what Paulie does. And them two, that's a perfect match for them too. So, but you got to be able to definitely work in the ring and be entertaining, cut promos, and I mean you just got to learn how to sell. You got to get some experience in you, that's for sure. Um, they're taking athletes that don't even have that much experience right now, and they're training them. So if there's any way you can get down to the PC, AEW doesn't have a training facility. That's the way to go to get down to the PC. Because they're
PC.
always looking for talent. Very little referees, you know, are getting in there, but they're always looking for talent. Always looking for talent. That's
Yeah.
the thing to get your foot in the door at the PC and to make a statement. I mean, it's always, and I've always told the guys that are coming up in our business, the WWE time, because I worked there 35 years, so I didn't really work anywhere else in the Indies or anything like that.
Mhm.
But guys coming in, the business from the indies or from years ago or from other groups, the Southern groups or whatever group, like in Midwest or, and all these other different territories that were young, I would just always tell them to just go far, take it all the way, man. Just fucking go all the way. And if they got to pull you back, let them pull you back. But just don't give it not your all, and then have to be told you got to be more aggressive and be better on this, and just go for it all. And your promos, everything, man. Just fucking do what you do best. You entertain, and if they say you're going too far, they'll pull you back a little bit. But some people go in there intimidated, but just some guys go in there and they hit it out of the ballpark at the beginning. Okay, I like him because we got to pull him back a little bit. We got to make sure he does this or cools out on this or doesn't say these bad things or whatever. But he's got potential, and they'll see that.
Okay. What do you think?
A lot of it's hard work. And I mean, I hate to say, run 10, 15 years on the indies. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a long time to run on the indies. I mean, there's certain ages when you can't be like 50. I mean, even though they take wrestlers back at 50, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or wrestlers from whatever,
right.
Which I've seen that happening a lot, which I'm kind of surprised. But I mean, some of these guys still got it, still can go, like the Jeff Jarrett's and some other guys. So, I mean, it's just, I just say, give it all you got, entertaining work, the stick, the microphone is important to work on, because some of these guys are not even great wrestlers, but they're great on the stick.
They can talk.
You know what I'm saying? They could talk.
Yeah.
And that's what they want, but I just don't want to tell everybody, just make sure you're great on the stick and you can't work. You got to put it right.
Yeah, you got to get the two styles together.
You got to get everything together. Right. And be very entertaining because they want entertainment, man. Even 100%. Even though it's a work, they want entertaining.
They want it. Okay. All right. Your thoughts on the WWE ID program would be my next question. And I know we got to wrap it up soon, but
what are they doing? What program?
The WWE ID program.
What's that about?
So they're taking certain talent in the indies and giving them a contract.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're taking and it's starting at the PC, right, or something like that.
No, well,
they
can use the PC if they want in any ID school,
right,
that they are associated with. So basically, they're going to keep track of your career for a year,
right,
and see how you develop.
Okay.
So do you think that would be a great program? Like, I want to get your thoughts on that.
I think that's fucking awesome because to me, they're hiring all these athletes and like professional athletes. They're trying to get all these athletes, and some of these guys, it's just not easy to click and make that transition into a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think they're expanding it to like the indies, where if we can get if we get 20 guys that come in from the indies, and we get one or two guys out of it, or one girl or one woman, we're set. They're happy. They'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? But I like it because, it gives them a paycheck. It gives these guys a nice little paycheck to get used to working with maybe TV and some top talent. And it might. And when you get good guys, good talent from the indies going there, and they're going to be working with even better talent, that better talent may make them guys look like $1 million, because it's really chemistry, who you work with, who's got, experience and so forth. So I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I read into that. I seen that. I was hoping they were definitely going to go through with that, but they are going through with it. I didn't know it was called WWID or something, but so I mean, I like it, man. It gives more guys opportunity to want to know they have a shot to get into the big leagues, right?
Right.
So it opens the door. It opens the door for the indies.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, AEW sucked up ROH, right? They got a lot of talent from ROH and a lot of ring stuff and whatever. WWE is like, I think they're kind of controlling a little bit of TNA or something, or they're trying to get I think under TNA's wings and stuff like that. So, but they want that kind of somewhere where they could just have an open tryout. I feel like
that's basically what it is. Yeah.
Right. Open tryout. Right.
Yeah.
So, And like I said, if they can get 2 top talent or something that they're looking for out of 20, they're happy. Even if it costs them 20 guys to pay their salary for a year, you know.
Right.
So I'm sure they'll put them on a minimum and give them a shot. So I think it's awesome. I really do.
Yeah, I think they got actually some great talent in there now that I saw.
Right.
Some
Right.
I know personally. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Nice.
so I'm very
Nice.
happy for them, and I'm excited for what the program holds for the independent scene. Right, Cuz?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh,
Did they,
hey.
yeah.
I
Did
mean,
they,
Go ahead, Mike.
I'm right
no,
here. Yeah.
you win the title on Saturday. It's one step closer.
I'm trying.
Before we wrap it up, I want
Yeah.
to get Robert's question. What wrestlers did you get close to as a friend?
Oh man, a lot of them over the years, 3.5 decades. A lot of them. Rey Mysterio, real close, and Jack Swagger, formerly known as Donald Hager. But a lot of guys, man, just got close to. A lot of guys passed. Umaga was a very good friend of mine. He passed. So I mean, it's just Test was a very good friend of mine as well. And but yeah, just there's a lot of guys that still I talk to, man. That's cool. We keep close touch.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about how you doing, Herb? Herb Simmons, owner of SICW Wrestling out in Illinois, holding FanFest 3 coming up in St. Louis in May. Hopefully, Mike will be, there as well. A lot of legends. Haku was there, and he'll be there.
Cool.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Yep. Bob Orton. Yep.
Bob Orton. He actually runs their school.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, he does. All right, let's talk about that main event once more.
Woo!
Because there's Giorgio Lawrence for that KBP World Heavyweight Championship with Mike Chioda reffing the whole thing. Last thoughts on this match, gentlemen.
Mike, I would please go first.
Well, no, just I'm very looking forward, man, to doing this match, man. It's a title match. I'm gonna put one of these new titles on, either opponent, Lawrence or Big Cos, So I mean, it's looking forward to it. Hopefully get a good house. We rock this son of a bitch and have a good show, man. Can't wait,
All right.
Yep.
Awesome. Appreciate
pleasure working with you guys, man. So appreciate having me.
Hey man, thank you for coming.
You got
we
it,
are
man.
so excited to have you on KBP.
All right. Thank you.
Me personally, Papa Dank, this has gotten so personal. Me and him had this match back in August. We went at it at Summer of Love. I got screwed out of the Fusion title for NYWC, the NYWC Fusion Championship. It's a point of I've been looking for this rematch. We finally get it. KBP offering us to go for the world title, be crowned the first ever world champion in this main event. He's made it so personal. He talked about, my struggles with my weight loss. The fact that I left wrestling at one point, to work on myself. I weighed almost 600 pounds. The other day I just weighed in at 228. So, but he attacked that. He attacked my parents who passed when I was a teenager. He's a prick. There's really, I don't want to say that. I really don't. Even say a word like that about somebody. But he's made this so personal. And when I finally see him,
what a jerk.
Yeah, and it's gonna be hell when I see him. It's gonna be hell for Giorgio Lawrence. And I've been telling him for so long, I am the real champion. I won at Summer of Love. I got screwed out of the belt. He kicked the ref in the head by accident. I will say it was accidentally, but at the same time, he got disqualified for it. But the thing is, I hit him with my finisher. I pinned him, but then the ref reversed. The other ref comes out, counts it. I win the championship, and then they reverse it because technically he got disqualified for kicking the ref before the pin. So I won the match by disqualification at that point. So I got screwed out of the Fusion title. So the KBP World Heavyweight title is coming with me because I will pin him again, and I will prove that I am the real champion, Papa Dank, and I know it too. He won't be able to do anything cheap. He won't be able to cheat. Nothing. Play those coward games he's been playing, those cheap shots he takes on me, because I have the legendary Mike Chioda calling this match.
I'll call it right down
and
the
that's
middle.
why I reached out, because there's no one who will call it down the middle than Mr. Chioda. And I don't think anyone would even try to argue with me on that. So, it's going to be a fair match, and I will be walking out the KBP World Champion.
God, sounds good, brother. I'm looking forward to it, boys. All right.
That is awesome. Make sure everybody gets their tickets for KBP this Saturday, December 7th at the NYWC Sportatorium. Get your tickets. And of course, we got that meet and greet from 4 to 7 with Mike. He's got some good stuff he's bringing. Yep. So make sure you buy up that merch before, he sells it out and you can't get it, right? Don't wait till intermission. Get it right there at the meet and greet.
I want one of the action figures. So yeah.
I want one of the action figures too. As you can see, I'm a figure guy over here.
Yeah, I see that, man. I'm like, damn, he's got a good collection over there.
That's a tiny fraction of what I have.
Nice.
Tiny. All right. A couple of comments I want to bring up from my executive booker, Serena. Mike, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on our podcast. It was very much appreciated to have such a seasoned vet like yourself join us.
You got it.
And Rob wants to see Mike back on the podcast in the future.
All right. Thanks, Rob. All right,
Rob. All right. Let everybody know where they can follow you guys.
You got it, man. Yeah, it's at MJC on Twitter, Chioda at MJC Chioda on Twitter and stuff. And it's Mike.Chioda on Instagram. And I'm on Facebook too as well. So yeah, that's it. I'm not much on social media, but you can follow me on there though.
All right. Big Kaz.
You can follow me, Sean Kaz, on Facebook, SHAWN Kaz, on Facebook, and of course at Stay Positive on Instagram, STAYKOZITIVE. That's Stay Positive.
I love that. Stay positive, and make sure you get the tickets this Saturday. KBP, if you are in Long Island, make sure you get your tickets for KBP. If you are in New Jersey, get your tickets. That's how Championship Wrestling presents The Aftermath as PJ Savage goes against MLW's own Danny Stratos. And in January, they're going to have the one and only Shane Douglas.
Wow, check that out.
Coming out from Monsoon.
Wow.
And maybe Papa Denk will get the scoop over there. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Also, at the end of the month at the Sportatorium for NYWC, we got the Tour de Circus coming up.
That's right.
Make sure you get your tickets for that and support NYWC as well as KBP as well. And of course, like I said before, I'll be at FanFest 3 in St. Louis for SICW May 16th and 17th. Already announced the one and only Gangrel.
Yeah.
Tito Santana.
Nice.
Missy Hyatt. And of course, that Bill Apter show that Friday night, man. You don't want to miss that. Trust me. That is a great show, Mike.
Nice.
And if anybody wants to bring Mike to FanFest, please message Mike or even message me and we'll get the info to Mike to bring him to FanFest in St. Louis. And Rob says, good luck, Kaz.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. I'll be back next week. You guys hold on for a minute. Everybody else, have a good night. Hopefully, everybody will be at KBP this